Another Champions League group stage is coming to an end for Celtic, and for youngsters like Kieran Tierney, it's been a chance to show himself on a European stage. But what does he mean to the club, and what would it mean to lose him? We came to Celtic Park to ask Celtic liaison manager John Paul Taylor a bit more. So could you describe your own role at the club?
Yeah, so my role is essentially just to sort of work between fans and the club, sort of senior executive and management team at Celtic, to try and make sure that they're kept aware of what like kind of key issues are for fans. So it could be anything from ticketing to disabled fans to accessibility to the pies are too cold and the bovrils too hot. It could be anything really.
Yeah. And seeing you obviously you're dealing with fans, is there an increased sort of fanfare about Celtic now that I know there's a big club anyway, but now that the Invincible season's just happened, is there a lot more maybe attention on Celtic now that that's a sort of...
Yeah, it kind of feels that way at the moment. Last time I can remember it being anything like this was when Martin was the manager, and obviously we did the treble 2001, got to UEFA Cup final 2003, but it doesn't feel as if the focus has been as much on the club as it has been in recent years, and obviously doing treble last year in the Invincible season with Champions League 2 years in a row as well, then it's placed a heavy emphasis back onto the club again.
Yeah, and obviously you're talking about European kind of competition there, and they've got Kieran Tierney, who's a youngster, homegrown kind of Celtic player, who's playing in the kind of bigger European tournaments. Is there a lot of increased attention for fans, do you think, towards sort of homegrown players like Kieran Tierney?
I think Kieran set a standard, yeah, because Celtic fans traditionally have always liked homegrown players and they've always backed them the best way that they could. Kieran is one that's obviously, he's surpassed a lot of expectations, and he's gone on to become a first team regular and international player, which is something that we've not had from many of the homegrown players in recent years, notwithstanding James Forrest obviously, but Kieran's become a big fans' favourite, and I think that as a result of that, fans are looking towards other players like Calvin Miller, Anthony Ralston, Jack Aitchison, Mikey Johnson. People are seeing these boys coming through now, and they're hoping that he's going to emulate they'll emulate Kieran.
So you say they probably strive for, as if they're on the kind of pitch with Kieran, because it's like he's a Celtic fan, they're a Celtic fan, they're kind of embedded in him.
Yeah, definitely. I think so, and definitely in Kieran's part anyway. I mean, he everybody knows that Kieran was a big fan of the club, even when he hadn't broken into the first team and he was coming to matches, and he was part of what we would kind of call the North Curve now as well when he was younger. So he's got a real affinity with the fans, and certainly the boys in there.
Yeah, and what would you think it would mean? Obviously there's going to be rumours, because he is a talented player and he's proven himself in Europe, there's going to be rumours that he might end up leaving a club like Celtic to go to England, because there's big money in England, and there's going to be a transfer and he's a good enough player to play there. What do you think it would mean to the club to lose a player that could potentially be a world class footballer?
I think you wouldn't want to lose Kieran, and hopefully we won't, but as you say, there's a lot of money in the game down south and in other parts of the world that finally that might be too much of a temptation for him. I don't know, but he's got a love for the club, so you would like to think that he will stay here for a long time. But to lose somebody like Kieran, yeah, would be a huge loss, because traditionally we've kind of managed to hold on to the homegrown players. Think back to Paul McStay, Danny McGrain stayed with us as well, so it would be a big loss if we did lose Kieran, yeah. And
obviously players like Kieran playing in the Champions League, is there a different sort of opinion now you maybe think from interacting with the fans about the Champions League, because the club's doing so well domestically? Do you think there's a kind of added pressure to maybe push on and try and get further in the Champions League?
Yeah, I think that there is an expectation among supporters in terms of what Celtic's potential within the Champions League is. Whether or not you would consider it realistic or not, I'm not sure, but I mean, we've seen the disparity between Celtic and PSG and Bayern Munich, and even to an extent the other night against Anderlecht, where we just didn't play particularly great. But there's a huge gulf in terms of finances and resources, and I think that Welsh fans do see us winning domestically and on the unbeaten run. They've got a high expectation of what we can do in Europe, but they need to temper that with some realism.
And do you think it would take a move for a player like Kieran Tierney or any of the youngsters you mentioned like Calvin Miller or whatever to come through, and if they play to a level that Tierney's played at, if they were to move to England, do you think that's the only way they'll be truly recognised for how good a player they actually are?
Unfortunately, it just seems as if that unless you go to the English Premier League and become a regular within the English Premier League, you're still seen as a wee bit kind of substandard. So irrespective of the fact that Kieran and James Forrest have played at Champions League level, I don't think that they get the credit they deserve because they're playing mostly kind of domestic football. So yeah, you're probably right. I think it probably does take that for them to get that kind of recognition.
I think that's
Well, it seems, talking to John Paul, that youngsters like Kieran Tierney are fan favourites. But will it take a move to England for them to be recognised for their talent? You get the feeling though around Celtic that they want to see him in the green and white hoops for a little bit longer. Mark Birch, EWS News, Celtic Park.